place I want to see. When we go on the road, why don't you come with me? Take a little ride, get a little windshield time when we go on the road.
Branson, Missouri is one of the most popular entertainment destinations in the country. Just a day's drive from the Twin Cities, it attracts thousands of Minnesotans every year. Today, Branson is changing. It's really becoming fun for the whole family. From thrilling water rides to Titanic museums to castles in the making. It's all here at the live music capital of the world. Once upon a time, a kid from Minnesota grew up and became a musician. He practiced and performed for years, but few people noticed. Then one day, he had a life-changing experience, and now he is a star. What a story this is, right here in Branson, Missouri. When Paul Summers grew up in southwestern Minnesota, he was just like any other kid. He knew he and his brother Mark had been adopted by Clarence and Irma Summers, but believed his birth parents came from Canada.
You tell somebody that a young kid is French-Canadian instead of Native American, nobody questions it.
Since few people in Worthington had any idea what a French-Canadian looked like, Paul's dark complexion never raised any questions.
When I grew up, I never had the slightest inkling about another heritage.
It wasn't until Paul married his high school sweetheart, Kathy Frisch, that he discovered he'd been born to a Native American mother named Bessie Arlene LaRush in nearby South Dakota.
It was something in me that felt that it was so important that needed to be uncovered.
Both Paul's parents had died, but visits to family members on the Lower Brule Sioux Reservation reaffirmed the strong cultural bonds that enveloped the young man. And his love of music took on a new sound and rhythm. 15 years later, his spiritual and melodic journey has led to this chance of a lifetime. A 38-week booking at this huge theater on a hill in the center of Branson, where twice a day, 5 days a week, audiences can see an amazing blend of Native American dance and contemporary music. We first met Paul, who has assumed the family name of LaRush, as he was getting ready for their first night. With only a few hours to go, he took us backstage to meet his young and excited performers who were hoping to make entertainment history.
Well, we've got a combination here of dancers and musicians and some technical crew.
After years on the road playing cities and towns all over the country, the group they now call Brule were about to perform for the first time in their own theater.
Now, we haven't done that before, so it's going to test all of this.
Sharing the stage with Paul are his son Shane and flute-playing daughter Nicole.
We've all taken the jump of our lives, to move down here and giving something new to Branson. It's not just like going to a casino. What we've been trying to do is step into a place where people wouldn't expect us to be.
A lot of these dancers have gone to extra lengths to maintain the traditional dance, but to do it in unison.
It's a unique fusion of ancient and modern, from Paul's high-tech keyboards to drums that could take pride of place at any powwow.
This instrument is unchanged probably in the last 500 or 1,000 years. It's a hollowed-out cottonwood tree trunk, a buffalo hide surface on the top and the bottom.
In rehearsal, Paul's music throbs rhythmically, accompanied by the plaintive, haunting sounds of Nicole's flute.
What we're trying to do is bring our culture, present it in a positive light, share the beauty of the culture in form of its dance, the stories, the legends, and present it on a theatrical stage.
It's hard to describe because we do our own thing and there's nobody really like us.
With only minutes to go before the show begins, a trickle of people show up for this first night. It's very early in the season and there hasn't been much promotion. The performers have to make a big impression to generate a buzz.
We always dreamt that we could put this show in a showroom and run it endlessly.
But there's a lot more at stake here than just a show. Paul is on a crusade to reconcile what he calls mainstream and Native America.
We have to step forward into the world or we're going to get lost in the world. What's really new for us, our culture, is what we're doing here. It's been a long road for each of us to come to this point here tonight. Just take a moment to give thanks for that wonderful opportunity. It doesn't come along very often in life, I'll tell you that. We go out tonight and we give thanks.
Now this evening we blend contemporary music with the traditional dance. The dance, much as it would have been performed 500 or 1,000 years ago.
The dances and the music, and it's modern and it's old.
This group is just awesome. It's my first time to see them. I'm so impressed. It's good. It's got a good beat.
The music, the message, the culture, everything. It's awesome.
In a nod to the roots of Native American music and powwows that are held all over the country, the show features a group of drummers beating out familiar sounds. It's only one moment in the show that's close to traditional. The rest is a combination of ancient rhythms, rock and roll, jazz, new age music, and glimpses into a deep, distant past.
It is said over the years that each time the dancer passes an arm or a leg through a hoop, that a healing takes place.
For Paul's wife, Kathy, it's been a long, sometimes rocky road since she met Paul in Worthington, Minnesota, more than 35 years ago.
We've dreamt about an opportunity like this. We've talked about it for many years.
Brûlée has already attracted attention from producers and entrepreneurs all over the world. This show in Branson could be a stepping stone to the stars. It truly is a
Dream come true.
You won't be amazed to learn that a restaurant owned by Andy Williams is called the Moon River Grill, but you might be surprised to hear where his wife comes from. Coming up, we'll take you behind the scenes as Andy shows us his mother's recipes that are on the menu. Andy Williams, his theater and his restaurant are icons even here in this star-studded town. And we were delighted to discover that this super entertainer has very, very close connections to Minnesota.
She fills my heart with very special things.
He's been an international singing star for nearly 60 years. But it wasn't until 1992 that Andy Williams opened his Moon River Theatre in Branson.
The unreachable star.
It was the first venue here that wasn't strictly country, and it blazed a trail for the many different kinds of music and comedy that can now be found in this entertainment capital. If you want to see Andy Williams without buying a ticket, best bet is here at the Moon River Grill, where he can often be found enjoying a meal and meeting fans.
I came here for the Cupid convention, but you're the icing on the cake.
Andy signing copies of his recent book called, guess what? Moon River and Me, took a couple of hours. And then we had a chance to sit down and talk to him and his wife Debbie, who told us she was
Born in Buffalo, Minnesota.
Andy was raised 200 miles away in Wall Lake, Iowa, but they met in California nearly 20 years ago.
We met on the golf course in Palm Springs.
Well, we had a mutual friend introduce us.
We wondered if Andy Williams had ever been to Buffalo, Minnesota.
I went to see her hometown, yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know, a few years ago.
Oh, it was about 20 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
Yes, because you were working in Minneapolis.
And I was surprised at how pretty it was.
Have you been to Minnesota in February?
Oh, no.
Well, no.
No, why would you?
Nor would you.
But Andy is very much at home in the kitchen of his restaurant, where many of the recipes are based on the food his mother used to make back in Iowa before the Second World War.
He's the best boss ever.
That's because I don't tell her what to do.
One of his favorites is a chicken pot pie that is chock full of meat, vegetables, herbs, and spices. He says it took a while to get it just right.
The only problem I had at the beginning was that it wasn't moist enough. And now we've figured that out. It's really great. It really is a Midwestern good chicken pot pie. And you can see with
Andy showed us the finished dish, and it did look good. So did the rhubarb shortcake, which is another of his mother's recipes. It was a rare look behind the scenes of this popular restaurant with the man who created the whole look and feel of the place. His gold records are hung over the bar, not one or two, but 18 of them. On the walls hang pictures of Andy with some of the best-known people in the world, and just a fraction of his extensive collection of works by some of the world's greatest artists. Where else can you eat and have a good chance of running into a singing legend who still has a keen eye for business?
If we don't get a lot of people from Minnesota, this was all a big... This is more work than I've done for anybody.
Coming up, we take a trip into the world's largest Titanic museum to learn what happened to her passengers from Minnesota. And later we visit a medieval castle that is history in the making. Seen our toad named Hitch anywhere? If you spot him tonight, let us know at KSTP.com and you may be eligible for an on-the-road souvenir.
Time for a holiday.
People come to Branson to enjoy all the live shows. But as you will see, there's a lot more to this colorful Missouri town than country music and rock and roll. It's the biggest Titanic museum in the world.
Welcome aboard. Have a nice voyage.
The result of years of work by Mary Kellogg and her husband, John Jocelyn.
He felt that Middle America should have the privilege of having a quality museum.
The inside of the two-story building resembles the alleyways and spaces of the actual ship. The focal point is an exact replica of the grand staircase and its huge circular skylight. Long hallways leading to scores of cabins are just a clever illusion. But it's easy to imagine first-class passengers like 20-year-old Constance Willard from Duluth, Minnesota, enjoying the luxury and the excitement of the maiden voyage of this great ship. She certainly paid a lot in today's dollars for the privilege.
Between $16,000 and $17,000 one way, so we know Constance was doing quite well.
Janie is one of several interpreters throughout the ship who add a human touch to the experience, and they are full of stories.
All these first-class passengers were warned about one particular gentleman by the name of George Brereton because he was a notorious gambler. He was from Minnesota as well.
Visitors wander from one space to another and marvel at the thousands of genuine artifacts on display and the interactive galleries like the boat deck and the captain's bridge.
This is what it looked like, supposedly the night of April 14th, 1912.
On one wall, a seemingly endless list of all the passengers and crew who were on board that terrible night nearly 100 years ago.
What better way to pay respect to those who gave their lives than to simply tell their stories?
Well, there's not much respect being shown on either side at the brand new $7 million water raft ride at Silver Dollar City. It's called River Blast. They guarantee you will get wet. It's much quieter and drier at the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest, where you can wander through a tropical paradise amid hundreds of colourful butterflies and moths. At the end of the day, it's obvious that Branson wears a coat of many colours. With over 50 theatres, more than 250 restaurants and nearly 9,000 hotel rooms, it's no wonder that this little town deep in the Ozarks attracts more than 8 million visitors a year. Of course, it's the live shows that they come to see.
I got the music in me. I got the music in me. I got the music in me. We'll barrel through streets broad and narrow, right puzzles and puzzles alive, alive.
And another one rock and roll, seeing Debbie Boogie Blues Band.
If you'd like more information about any of the stories you've seen tonight, just go to our website at KSTP.com, select Only on 5, scroll down, and look for On the Road. Still to come, a building project that's expected to take at least 20 years. Why? Because they're only using methods available in the Middle Ages. How did they do it before the age of backhoes, bulldozers, cranes, and even trucks? You can find out how medieval craftsmen built huge castles by actually watching it happen. And it's right here, just south of Branson.
A real, authentic, full-scale made the way they would have in the Middle Ages.
The project is a tourist attraction with a long timetable. It's going to take at least 30 years to complete. The creator of this extraordinary attraction is Frenchman Michel Guyot, who is already 10 years into a similar project in France.
And it's so much of a passion that he wants to share it with others.
The idea is to build the fortress using only local materials and skills and technology that were available in the Middle Ages.
I was amazed that anybody's attempting something, well, this grand, and yet doing it old style.
Keith Hefflinger and his team will make all the tools, nails and fittings for the castle on a forge that's pretty much the same as those used in the days of yore. The sandstone is quarried on the site and hauled by hand to the masons who, using only hammers and chisels, are constructing walls 5 feet thick. To keep everything square and true, these craftsmen use simple but effective levels made from nothing more than pieces of wood and string. Terry Stepp is a skilled artisan and says this is the first time he's used a hammer that was designed in the 13th century.
Not before I started here, but I'll tell you what, it made my job a whole lot easier.
The carpenters are hard at work making posts and struts for the towers that are now taking shape. They too are only using tools that were available centuries ago. You won't find any calculators, slide rules, or even tape measures anywhere on the site. They don't need them. A medieval 13-knot cord does it all.
With this cord, you can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and any geometric shape that exists.
The only modern facilities on the site are a group of buildings to house the offices and entrance to the Ozark medieval fortress. It's open to the public for the first time this summer, and visitors can now see for themselves an ancient work in progress. Branson is one of those destinations everyone should visit at least once in their life. There are so many unique attractions here, there's bound to be something to entertain you however old you are. I'm Jason Davis. Drive carefully, and we'll see you next week.
When we go on the road.